Today we're gonna look at Minecraft players who did the impossible. Anything from building massive structures to breaking world records. Starting with a player that built an entire ocean in the Nether. In order to achieve this ridiculous feat, Kolani had to convert his world to an old beta version of Minecraft, so he could use the OG ice-breaking exploit. Even with the use of glitches, the ocean still took him days to complete, which might sound like a lot until you see Minecraft's slowest speedrun. This run is over 339 hours long, and believe it or not, it was achieved by one of my subscribers. His name is Sapphire, and he completely smashed the previous record, which was a pathetic 133 hours. The most dangerous Minecraft server is without doubt 2B2T. But among all the chaos, there is a group of players who created something truly incredible. They're called the Spawn Masons, and they have built an obsidian logo so massive that it required using 61 bot accounts. For the last year, this player spent 12 hours every single day building in Minecraft. But Shovel had a goal. He wanted to master the art of building. And personally, I think he smashed that goal. Imagine beating Minecraft 1000 times in a row. Well, that's precisely what Kuriway did in 2022. To put this into perspective, the average player struggles to beat the game just once, yet he did it 1000 times without resetting. That means even if the world was terrible, or even if he died, he kept playing no matter what. This enormous haul was made in less than 4 hours. But Dadusak, how can someone remove 20 million blocks so quickly? Well, you need two things: TNT dupers and a bunch of redstone geniuses. Luckily, the Chronos server has both. Just for reference, it took the players on Psycraft, who are considered to be the best Minecraft players out there, over 11 hours to remove the same amount of blocks. At first glance, this looks like a normal cathedral, but in reality, this is the world's biggest storage system. It took the players on WaveTech over a year of designing, planning, and building. Not only is this the largest redstone storage currently in Minecraft, it's also by far the smartest. Let's say you need a lot of stone. Just walk up to this chest, select stone, and the chest on the left will be filled with 50,000 stone. Yeah, this storage system can do everything. Well, it can't store XP, but that's not an issue for Sharpie, who is the first player to reach 21,000 levels in single-player Minecraft. As you might imagine, reaching the XP limit isn't easy, and you can't do it with your average mob grinder. Sharpie needed the best XP farm he could find, and there was only one option: the legendary Ender Dragon farm by Raceworks, commonly known as the fastest XP farm ever. You're looking at the largest end base ever constructed. This behemoth consists of over 500,000 blocks, all placed in survival Minecraft. The base is so huge that it even has an entire spaceship inside. What's funny is that the builder, Bluntage, wanted to build this base on someone's server, but the owner rejected him. Adventure mode is the hardest Minecraft game mode because you can't break or place blocks. But that didn't stop Rekrab. He used creepers to destroy blocks and boats to move around. The hardest part of this challenge is getting into the Nether, since you can't just build a portal. So Rekrab had to load his world in a super old update, which allows you to use buckets in adventure mode. Oh, and he did all of that while also playing on hardcore. Yeah, this guy is good. There are certain items such as spawners or bedrock which can't be obtained in survival. Well, unless your name is Boating Seller. This guy has the most illegal Minecraft world in existence. Just by opening one of his chests, you'll find several unobtainable items such as fire, light, structure blocks, and all 3 command block types. What's insane is that 100% of these items were obtained in survival. But Dadusak, how do you get these items? The answer is glitches. In other words, tricking the game into giving you blocks that it shouldn't. Did you know that there is a way to build outside of the world border? See, there is a version of Minecraft known as the 1 block at a time update, where you can pick up and throw blocks. MedWorld realized that he can use this mechanic to build something behind the border, and he decided to recreate the portal room. But for that, he needed end portal frames, which are normally unobtainable. However, in this version, you can get them from chests. Yeah, this is definitely the most cursed update ever. This is Feinberg, the best advancement speedrunner on the planet. This man is so good that he beat the world record 9 times in a row. He was the first player ever to finish all advancements in under 4 hours. But that wasn't enough, because he wanted to do it in less than 3 hours. After countless close attempts, he managed to accomplish this impossible feat.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
In 2019, Geosquare achieved something that many thought would never be done. He beat Minecraft with nothing. That's right, no items, no blocks, no tools. This was done on a specific seed, which has a completed end portal. That way he can actually go to the end. But the hardest part was yet to come, since he needed to kill the Ender Dragon, which keeps getting healed by the end crystals. However, Geosquare had an ace up his sleeve. By switching the game to peaceful, he used the dragon to launch himself up into the air and land on top of the obsidian pillars. After that, he simply punched the dragon to death. And voila, that's how you beat the game, with nothing. This is the 5 hours base, and not only is it one of the most spectacular and creative bases ever constructed, it was also built on the most notorious anarchy server. Building such a massive base on a server full of griefers is risky, and the builders ended up paying the price. The base was discovered in December of 2022, and before anyone could destroy it, the owners decided to do it themselves. Seeing your masterpiece burned to ashes has to be very painful, but not as painful as dying 26 million times. Yeah, that's what the player Alone Creeper did in order to become the most dead player in the history of Minecraft. This inspirational feat was achieved on the Hypixel server. Alone Creeper realized that the fastest way to farm deaths is to set his spawn point right above the void. However, he didn't want anyone to find this out, so he built an entire castle to distract the people visiting his base. Now that is a 200 IQ move. How high can you jump in Minecraft? 2 blocks? 5 blocks? What about 100 blocks? Well, this YouTuber managed to jump 59,000 blocks into the air in survival. And he did it by using end crystals. But Dadusak, how did he survive the end crystal explosion? He simply switched the difficulty to peaceful. It wasn't that easy though, since to jump that high, he needed roughly 1,000 end crystals. And crafting that many crystals required a blaze farm, a ghast farm, enderman farm, and a sand duper. But all this effort was worth it, because he was gonna do the world's highest water bucket clutch of all time. Oh, never mind. Who has the longest hardcore world of all time? You might think it's Filza, but there is one player whose world is even better, and his name is Linksy. He has survived over 24,900 days in hardcore. The most impressive part about all of this is that he streams daily on Twitch, so we know he is legit. Despite being insanely good at hardcore, he still had some close calls. Ooh. An insane Minecraft challenge is beating the game from the void. Normally, you can't even build down there. However, the YouTuber Mudflaps discovered a snapshot which makes this possible. He started with nothing but a bonus chest. That way, he has something to stand on. But Dadusak, how did he get resources? Well, he built a mob grinder. But that was just the first of many obstacles in this challenge. Mudflaps had to find a villager and a wandering trader to help him get diamond armor. He managed to escape the void using a nether portal and ultimately finished by defeating the Ender Dragon. If that didn't blow your mind, then check out the largest possible piston in Minecraft. It was designed and built by John25, the same guy who created the world's largest piston door, which apparently wasn't impressive enough. And so he decided to make a ridiculously big piston. It's made from a countless array of flying machines, which is how the piston moves. There is just one small problem. It takes about 10 hours for the piston to extend. Yeah, I think I'll stick to using normal pistons. There is a player who built a statue of every single Minecraft mob, all in survival. He started with the smallest mobs and made his way up to the giant bosses. And believe it or not, that player is me. This was by far the biggest project I've ever done, and I've done some big projects in the past. Over 200 hours went into building these statues, which means I have a ton of footage to go through. So if you want to see the full video, hit subscribe and I'll make it happen. Now let's take take a look at the longest Minecraft build ever. The bridge you're looking at right now literally cannot be any longer. That's because it stretches from one corner to the other, making it over 84 million blocks long. So who was crazy enough to do this? Once again, John 25. Yo, this guy has more records than I have friends. Now obviously John didn't do this in survival, since that would take roughly 2 lifetimes. He wanted to use command blocks, but those were too slow. The same issue applied to structure blocks, so he had to use mods. But even with World Edit, the whole process took 23 days, with his PC running non-stop. Hardcore YouTubers are known for attempting absurd challenges, and one of them is Lockdown Life. His most recent project is nothing short of spectacular. He managed to travel 120 million blocks in 1 second. But how is that possible, Dadusak? The answer is ender pearls. See, when you throw an ender pearl into water with bubble columns, the pearl just sits there until it touches some block, and you can use this mechanic to instantly travel from one border to the other. It's wild that you can literally teleport across the entire map in the split of a second. But what's even wilder than that is actually seeing the entire Minecraft world. Normally, you can only set your render distance to 32. Optifine lets you get up to 64. But there is a player who managed to set his render distance to 60 million without crashing the game. His name is Porkchop, and he created his own mod, which makes it possible to render billions of blocks at once. Imagine how the Minecraft updates would look like if Mojang hired this guy. Crafting has to be the least appreciated feature in the game, but how does one improve at it? Well, you craft faster, and one player in particular decided to master the art of crafting. This guy can craft so quickly that it's almost hard to watch. Artificial intelligence is taking the world by storm, but can it beat Minecraft? This YouTuber decided to find out. With the use of a special mod, he created an AI that was able to beat the game in 2 hours and 6 minutes. Sure, the speedrun isn't anything special. Heck, even I can beat the game in less than 20 minutes. But this is AI we're talking about. It's gonna improve, and soon enough it will be better than any human out there. Some of the smartest players come from the redstone community. Take Torp for instance. His most recent creation completely revolutionized what's possible in Minecraft. He invented the first color display using a special texture pack combined with an ungodly amount of redstone. But he didn't stop there. He then connected the screen to a working 32-bit redstone computer, and he made it run Tetris. It's funny because this man uploads like once a year, but when he does, it makes everyone speechless. What's the greatest Minecraft build of all time? The list of amazing builds is seemingly endless, but there is one creation that stands out. You're looking at the 4th dimension created with blocks. All of this was built by Chris Dakau. Using his iconic light painting technique, he managed to turn something that nobody understands into something that everyone can appreciate. This is only a fraction of what's possible in Minecraft, so make sure to subscribe and I'll make another video like this.